Hello, scholars. Welcome to Learning with Miss Andy. This video is part 2 of personal narrative writing, where we will focus on drafting our narrative. Today, we will draft an introduction. What does it mean to draft a piece of writing? Pause the video to discuss. A draft is the first version of your writing. It doesn't have to be perfect or free of mistakes. We take care of that part when we revise and edit. Now that we know what it means to draft a piece of writing, let's get to the question you're all probably asking yourselves. What should I write in my introduction? Pause the video to discuss what you think an introduction to a personal narrative should have. An introduction should begin with a catchy hook. A hook is a statement at the beginning of your story that's meant to grab the reader's attention. The introduction should also present readers with the characters, setting, and problem in your story. Now that we know what our introduction needs, let's get started looking at different hooks we can use. In my previous video of part 1 of writing a narrative, I provided you with an example of using a prompt about the first time I played a piano recital when I was 10 years old. In this video, we will look at 5 different hook ideas and examples using that prompt. Number 1, ask a question. A question helps readers become curious about what they are about to read by grabbing their attention. Here is my example. Have you ever felt that you knew something very well and then suddenly, poof, it completely escapes your mind? That's how I felt at my first piano recital. Number 2, use a sound effect. Sound effects can really set the mood of your story and can excite readers to continue reading. Listen for the sound devices in my example. Clink, clink, clank. Those were not the keys I wanted to play during my piano recital. My nervous fingers just couldn't remember the song. What sound devices did you hear? And what did they make you think of? Pause the video to discuss. If you said clink, clink, clank reminded you of keys being played on the piano, then you're on the right track. Number 3, start with dialogue. Dialogue reels readers in because they get to hear some of your characters' voices and get to know them. In my example, you'll hear my piano teacher's words and how those words affect the setting and what's going on in my story. And now please welcome Andy to the stage, announced my piano teacher. My heart thumped loudly in my chest as I made my way up to the stage. Number 4, use exclamations. Exclamations add excitement to your story, making your readers want to keep reading. Listen to how the exclamation in my example conveys strong emotions when I can't remember how to play my song. Oh no! There I was sitting in front of the grand piano. The audience was waiting for my song, and somehow the song I had practiced so many times suddenly felt like it was erased from my memory. Number 5, start with an interesting fact. Facts, similarly to questions, lure readers in by tapping into their curiosity, resulting in them wanting to hear more of your story. Here's my example. It's a known fact that being nervous can make you forgetful. I learned this the hard way when I forgot my song during my first piano recital. Now it's your turn. Try coming up with a catchy hook to lure readers into your story. Pause the video and try a few hooks. See what you like better for your story. Now that you've decided on a hook, it's time to add more details. For my example, I settled on the hook where I start with a question. I want to make sure I let my readers know my emotions as I introduce them to my story. I also want to have my readers understand where my story takes place. Lastly, I want to introduce some of my characters to my readers. Remember the details from your planning that we worked on in part 1. In my story, the setting is in a recital hall in the evening. The story takes place in the past when I was 10 years old. My characters include me, my mom, and my piano teacher, Mrs. Danielson. Also try to include any sensory details that I can remember. Okay, here's my introduction example. Have you ever felt that you knew something very well and then suddenly, poof, it completely escapes your mind? That's how I felt at my first piano recital. The bright stage lights felt like they were shining right on me as my piano teacher, Mrs. Danielson, stepped up to the microphone. Her wild, red, curly hair bounced as she smiled out at the audience. "And now, please welcome Andy to the stage," she announced, her voice warm and encouraging. Somewhere out in the sea of faces, I spotted my mom. She was easy to see in her favorite black dress and her eyes full of kindness and support. Even with my mom's comforting gaze, I looked down at the piano keys in front of me, but my fingers could not remember where to start. Now it's your turn to work on your introduction. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just our draft. We'll make it better when we revise and edit. Great job working on your introduction today. Tune in to Miss Andy when you're ready for part 3, where we'll work on writing our body paragraphs of our story. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to learn more with Miss Andy.